Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Squid Sims and I'm so happy you're here. Today I am building a pumpkin patch, which I'm very excited about. Fall is my absolute favorite season, and I am originally from Michigan, and pumpkin patches and corn mazes and apple orchards and all of the fall things are very popular there. So I was inspired to do a pumpkin patch, and here in Tennessee where I live, that's just not a super common thing, especially like corn mazes and stuff, just because the weather is so different here. I guess things don't grow at the same time. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm talking about, but it's just not as common here, I feel like. So I was inspired by all the fall things to do a little pumpkin patch, and I absolutely love the way that it turned out. So I used quite a bit of packs in this build, so sorry about that, but you can download this on the gallery. My gallery username is squidputer, and I know it's funny, but it is actually an inside joke, and I just haven't changed it, but that's Squid P-U-T-E-R on the Sims 4 gallery. So go ahead and feel free to download this if you want to. So for this little pumpkin patch, I'm starting off with like this main building, because I feel like most pumpkin patches have like a little area where you can actually purchase the pumpkins and stuff. And originally I wanted to do kind of like more of like an open little area, I guess, more of like a pavilion, I guess. Is that what it's called? Just like kind of 4 columns and then a little roof piece. But it just looked kind of weird in The Sims, so I actually went for this building, and I used that archway from, oh gosh, what's that kit called? Industrial Loft Kit, that's what it's called. But yeah, I really, really like the way that it looks, because it kind of keeps that like open feel without being completely open. And I think I do actually end up changing some of the colors of the columns and the trim eventually, but I put a lot of trees on this lot. This is actually on a lot in Newcrest, and this is for my save file that I've been working on forever, and will I ever finish it? We'll never know. But this is on the lot that's right on the corner. It's a really tiny little lot, and I think it is just absolutely perfect, because I feel like you would find a pumpkin patch like right on the corner most of the time, so I just felt like it went really well. So yeah, I just put a little stand and these counters. I was so excited to use these counters that came in the most recent base game update, because they added all these swatches to the counters, but they didn't add any swatches for that front desk little thing, so they didn't match perfectly, but I still like the way that it turned out in the end. And now I'm just going through and adding some details. I started putting the pumpkin patch things down from Cottage Living, and then I think a lot of the decorative, why did I say that so weird? Decorative items are from Cottage Living, just because it really fit that like very homey, cozy, pumpkin-y thing. And in Cottage Living we got the ability to actually plant pumpkins in gameplay, so I really appreciate that, because it actually makes a build like this possible. So I think the only pumpkins we had before were not in the base game. I mean, I guess Seasons wasn't in the base game, so it makes sense, but the pumpkins were actually from Spooky Day stuff, I think. Yeah, because the pumpkin carving thing comes with that pack, and so in the debug menu you can get all of the carved pumpkins, but now that we have Cottage Living, we have all of the the actual pumpkins that grow in the debug menu. So I placed all of those, and you'll see that in a little bit. I tried a couple of different colors of pretty much everything actually in the building, but I wanted it to feel still pretty like light and airy and pretty, and I don't think that I actually keep that swatch for the front desk and the cabinets, but maybe I do. I don't think I do though, but I guess we'll see. This was literally yesterday that I built this, so you would think that I would remember, but maybe I do keep it dark. Okay. That's not what I remember, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm just adding some plants, trying to make it feel really light and airy in this place. I used that cabinet from Jungle Adventure Stuff, and I absolutely love the way that it looks. And then I also added, and I actually go back later and add some more decorative items inside as well, from the debug menu, which is what I'm doing right now. And you guys, if you haven't purchased Cottage Living yet, just do it. Like, just get it. It's the best pack in The Sims 4, in my opinion, other than Seasons. Like, it is the best pack ever. And maybe it's just because, like, this, like, cozy, farmy thing is just something that I absolutely love. But I love every single item in this pack, and every single item that comes in the debug menu from this pack too. Like, just incredible stuff, you guys, like, seriously. So yeah, so I'm just pulling some stuff, some decorative items, some outdoor items from the debug menu. And I had a lot of fun with this. That's part of the reason why this video is a little bit longer than some of the other ones I've done. But now I'm just starting to pull out the pumpkins. I did actually put like planted pumpkins in some of the little garden patches too, just because I wanted them to grow during gameplay. So yeah, if you do download this lot, be sure to use move objects, obviously, because everything will be out of place if you don't when you place it. But at first I wanted to be kind of light with the pumpkins, and then I remembered that I was literally building a pumpkin patch and was like, okay, I should probably add some more pumpkins. So at first I was kind of modest with it, and then at the end I just added so many more, just kind of like randomly laying everywhere, because if you've ever been to a real pumpkin patch, you'll notice that there are just pumpkins literally everywhere, and there's really no rhyme or reason, because that's just how they grow in real life. So I really liked the way that this turned out, especially with all of the different like styles of each pumpkin in the debug menu. Like, some are laying on their side and some are standing up straight, and that just makes it feel all that much more realistic. So I really like it. I also think those little baskets with, I don't know, whatever that vegetable is in there, are so cute and so realistic. Like, it looks like somebody just went and plucked some vegetables from their garden and left their basket sitting there, and it's just so cute. Again, I just really like this style of everything, honestly, but just like the really cozy, homey farm style. So now I'm trying to find a place to put this fall drink stand from Seasons, and I end up actually splitting up the pumpkin patch a little bit, so you actually have to walk through the little pumpkin patch to get to the little drink stand, which I actually really like how that looks. I'm just going ahead and adding some debug plants around the place, just to make it look a little bit more blended into the surrounding area, and also just to make it look a little bit more full. I didn't want to over clutter this lot too much, but I did definitely want to make it look realistic. So that's kind of what I was going for. This lot is a retail lot, so it does function. Well, you can make it function to where you can actually buy the pumpkins and such. I also, at the end, I think I put some pumpkin seeds on the inside where you can buy, and like some fertilizer and stuff. But you can set, whatever you want for sale on this lot. Or you can just change it into a normal generic lot or a park or whatever you want it to be. But I liked the idea of being able to actually set items for sale so that your Sims could actually come and purchase pumpkins if they wanted to. Now, of course, this lot would be much less exciting without cottage living, so if you don't have that pack, I wouldn't recommend downloading this, but if you also don't have this pack, I would highly recommend buying it, not just for this lot, but for all of the gameplay and just all of the things that it comes with, because it's amazing. So this video is just a fan video of cottage living at this point. But for real, if you want to download this, you will need cottage living. And then I am going back in and just adding some more clutter items. And also I was thinking maybe the person that owns this knits or sews their own items, and then they can sell them in the shop, which I think is really cool. And then here I'm actually using those Spooky Day pumpkins that are already carved, because I just think they're really cute, and they looked really cute all stacked on the little front desk, little cash register area. Why was that so hard for me to say? I've always had a problem with my S's. I still do. Either I can't say them, or I say them so hard that the S sound is just so intense. I actually record music sometimes, and trying to get rid of my S sounds as I say them very intensely in the microphone. I'll have to go back and de-S this audio, but yeah. What was I saying? Oh, when I record music and I sing and stuff, I always have to de-S everything because it's a problem. I just don't know how to say the S sound correctly ever. But yeah, just continuing on with the build, just going through and cluttering things. I used those rugs from Laundry Day, and for some reason I struggled really hard with the placement of them, and then I actually ended up putting all 3 of the Laundry Day rugs here because it filled it out a little bit better. And I'm just putting some little touches on this. There's some things that I pulled from Debug that I didn't actually end up using, and one of those things was that little archway thing. It's just hard to find plants to make it look a little bit more full that actually fit on that thing, but I think it's such a cute item. I was actually scrolling through the Debug to look for gardening books, but for some reason I didn't find them. I actually think I just found other things that caught my attention a little bit more, so I put these little cross-stitching, right? Is that what it's called? Cross-stitch? I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I put these little cross-stitch, empty little canvases there, and then I just put some fertilizer and pumpkin seeds, and I thought about adding some animal treats and stuff, but I feel like that doesn't really make a ton of sense for a pumpkin patch, especially in Newcrest. So I also added some apple trees around the place because it just reminded me of fall time in Michigan, which is my favorite season to visit Michigan, because Michigan is known for like apple orchards and stuff, and to me, in my mind, that goes along with like pumpkins in fall and such. So I added a few apple trees around the place, and I really like it. And even in the other seasons too, I feel like you can clutter this place 100 different ways. And honestly, like, now that I'm thinking about it, what I should have done is I should have made it like one of those lot types that came with Eco Lifestyle, where you can change the lot type by voting. And I have NPC bloating. NPC bloating. No, that. I'm sorry, that just made me laugh like really hard. Okay. NPC voting is turned off in my game because it's super annoying when they vote on stuff that you don't want, and then these weird, gameplay things happen in your game, and it's just so annoying. So what you could do, what I was saying before I misspoke, was that you could make this like one of those lots that change based on the way that you vote, and you could do one for each season. And I think that would be really cool. And now that I'm looking back, I kind of wish I would have thought of that earlier, but I still think it's a really cute lot either way. And I actually think that you can change, like if you download this lot and you place it, you can change it, the lot type, and then you can add on to it for the other seasons, which I think is what I'm going to do when I go back into my game, because I really like that idea. Sometimes I have good ideas. But yeah, I was just looking at, I think I'm adding some lights around now. So even if your Sims visited this lot in the evening time, it would still be nice and well lit. And then I found, of course, this pumpkin thing, and I noticed that the one from Spooky Day and the one from Seasons are the exact same light. They just have different color pots, which is such a ripoff, but it's fine. I guess I'll get over it. There's a lot of stuff like that, I feel like, especially in like my first pet stuff, is just like recolors of stuff that came in cats and dogs, and I could just go on and on about that, but I won't. I'll just keep it. I won't complain in this video about EA. But I really hope that you guys like this video and that you like this build, and I'm really proud of it. And like I said, download it from the gallery, and we're getting to the end of the video, so thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.